Talk about Zeke. We know he was a top 5 pick for the Dallas Cowboys last year, but his off-season exploits have not been lost on a former Cowboy great, and that's Michael Irvin. Take a look at this quote from the playmaker. Not to ever make an excuse for anybody, but he's a young guy, and I don't mind a guy having fun and all that, but I need him to understand the enormity of everything surrounding him. Everything you do, anything you do that's going to get out, that's going to be a story. He just has to be careful, man. This was the response to this video, which everybody has seen with Zeke. Oh boy. Exposing a woman's breasts, and TMZ Sports catches it, and now the world sees it as well. So if you're Zeke, and you're seeking out a guy like Michael Irvin, who had his off-the-field exploits well documented, and his legal issues too have been well documented, would you want to hear from a guy like that who's kind of gone down that path that you seem to be going down?
I think you should want to hear from any past player, not just a player that plays for the organization you playing for currently, but a guy that's well respected. I think, and I'm not saying that he hasn't reached out. We don't know.
Sure.
But that should be something he should instantly have on speed dial. A player like Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith for sure.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman. I mean, the guys that have really made the star what it is today. And with these young kids now, the generation is totally different from when I grew up, when I first got into the league, also when Michael Irvin first got into the league. There are so many other distractions, you know, with social media being a big time part in almost every individual life right now.
No doubt.
And a lot of these kids really relate and rely on that. And I think they have to understand they live in a fishbowl lifestyle.
Yes, you do.
Everything they do, you can see, you can hear, you will find out about it. And until they mature and realize this, you will continue to see mishaps here and there.
You will. I like when you say Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman, obviously. Look, Michael Irvin, I love him. You know that is one of my favorite players to ever have watched play the game. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that I'd necessarily want to get my advice from him because of the issues that he clearly has had and have been well documented. And maybe a guy like Emmitt or somebody else who didn't have those struggles.
But what about this, Dave? Michael could tell him what he did wrong and how did he right his wrongs.
Sure.
You know, a guy like Troy Aikman never really had any issues away from the football field. You know, so it's kind of hard to relate to him if you had, like, let's say Dez Bryant, for instance.
Sure.
When Dez first came into the league, he had a few issues. Michael Irvin would have been a great player.
Like, don't do this. I can tell you where that's going to end.
He's been down that line before.
Any players, because you did it the right way in the offseason, you never got in any trouble, thank goodness, and nor would you be in a position to be in any trouble. Did anybody ever come to you and say, go talk to B-Mac? That guy knows how to keep everything in check.
You know, lucky enough for us in Pittsburgh, we're around quality guys. You know, we didn't have that one individual that was always in the media for the wrong reason. You know, everybody kind of followed suit of the vets that were already in the locker room and just paid attention to how they handled their business on and off the football field. And it became contagious. It became a habit. So we didn't have, you know, any instances where a player was out and about doing something he didn't or wasn't supposed to do. Mike Tomlin used to tell us all the time, before we broke camp or when we were getting ready to go on break, don't be the guy. And he meant don't be the guy that's on the news for the wrong reason. You're reading about this guy doing X, Y, and Z that's going to put a bad light on himself as an individual and also on the organization.
Zeke, that's good advice right there.